I thought it would be important to show non-musicians, the people who don't know about music, and like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, with not knowing about it, but I just wanted to show them, maybe to defend myself possibly from some things that might be said about my recordings. I don't think I've ever shown you how I do them. It's just straight work, really. And a guitar like mine, which is very ordinary sounding, can change dramatically with a computer. That's where I get the thunder for that one. Here's what my song looks like, my newest one. Well, I know it's an old one, but newest recording, re-recording, number 227. So here we have my Blues Breakers sound, which I use for the crunchy chorus. And this is the effect, the guitar with the effect, and I have 3 different tracks because I changed the chord progression, and I wanted to record the chord progression in separately in case to leave it open to change the effect if I wanted to. It would already be on a different track. My bass, I used 3 bass tracks to record this. The bass line is very simple in this song, and let me just give you a little sample of it here, if I can. So the bass, I'll just put the headphones on them for you here, so you can hear how I record it. I'm not actually a bass player. Well, I probably could do it, but for me, I'm just more interested in using it as a background, and I compose it as I write it. That's why it's broken up, so I can, switch it up to different possibilities. There it is at the beginning. See, it goes out of tune too, so then I have to go back in and patch it up where it goes out of tune. And then here, when I got to the chorus, I think I'll try like this for these 2 measures, and then stop, and I'll try it like this for the next 2 measures, and go back, and I think I'll do a little different time in these 2 measures. You see how it's going back and forth between the 2 tracks? And I just recorded in pieces with the metronome going, right? That's how I do that. Now the drums. Took me a long time to get this evolved with my drums. Okay, trying to keep it on what I'm doing here. Where are we? Underneath. There it is. I can see it in the camera now. I want to open up these tracks. Okay, that's my drum tracks are everything underneath here. Oh, the reason why there's another 4 after this is for another part of the song where I had to change the drum pattern. Now, I invented this pattern myself by recording one of the drum samples that they have in the computer. I'll show you what that looks like. This thing here is what it would look like over, say, 8 measures of music. One of these repeating drum samples, right, that comes with the computer. What I do is I break that up, and I pull the snare out, and I pull the kick out, and I pull the ride out, and then I come back over to the beginning of the recording here, see, and I break it, and I reorganize it all here to fit into my melody, fit in to what I'm doing precisely. That rhythm here is my rhythm that doesn't exist in GarageBand anywhere. I had to create that myself, and it looks like a lot because it goes over long distance, but actually with this you know, it's with the drums, you only need to worry about how it's going to sound over 4 or 8 beats, and then it's just going to repeat all the way through until it gets to the next part, right? And then once you have that, you can just copy and paste it as a block and extend it down through the whole recording. See what I've done here? This is the kick. This is the kick that I pulled out here. This is another kick underneath it to come in on the offbeat. And this is the snare down here. And you see how the snare is only hit once through all these first part, and then it starts to come in through the chorus. Watch. Just run the needle across that. There's the opening. See? When it crosses the snare. Now we're going to get into the chorus. Let it out with slings and arrows, right? Okay, we're all the way back in time now to my song number 33 in my GarageBand program, which would be 2010, maybe, I don't know, the summer 2010, number 33. I honestly don't know what this is gonna be. Oh, and it sounds like it's horror. That's what it is, horror. And look, 2 vocal tracks, 2 guitar tracks. That didn't take long. The whole guitar played from start to finish. I don't record like that anymore. You get better results when you go slow and you take it measure by measure. Here's my little black book that I got to replace my Anne Frank diary that I had, my first one, the checkered one. I always need a diary. Ever since I went to Amsterdam and visited Anne Frank house. Here's my diary from when I visited Nanaimo last year. I kept notes. But anyway, I wanted to show you a little bit. I use this for creating stuff too, right? And this is what my work looks like when I'm just writing it, trying to write it in a book or something. And of course, I have to change my mind a lot about how to say things as I'm writing it if I want to get it as perfect as I can. You see that? And this poem goes on 12 chapters of 12 verses. It's like 144 verses, this poem. 144 verses. 288 rhyming couplets. Take a very long time to come up with it. So by the time I got back from Nanaimo, I think I'd only gotten to 6. I had to finish everything else here in Vancouver. And I typed it in as I went along. It's my poem, The Host. Here's where I was coming up with the dialogue for my sketch about Confucius. Netzel the wise man, Confucius. See, that's what it's like when I write my comedy sketches. I have to kind of reorganize it as I'm writing it and everything. It's a lot of work, actually. A lot of concentration, a lot of effort. It's not anything else other than that. And people who steal my work don't understand effort. They don't understand this. Sending them out as a wild rain. That sounded okay. You want to check it? Let's check it. Let's check it. Moving the needle back. Sending them out as a wild rain. Sounds okay to me.